everyone. My name is Orland A. Micolog, a researcher student from the Salle University, Ozamiz City, and I'm with my co-researchers named Sheila Marie Ipong and Jessamay Alim. ATP Quest is a board game developed by us and with the help of experts from the field of science education, Mrs. Mary Lisbeth M. Caballo and Sir Sotero O. Malayo Jr. that will help students, teachers, and science enthusiasts to learn more about the topic cellular respiration and its subtopic, which are glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain. Maybe you're wondering why we named our board game ATP Quest. It is because in cellular respiration, the main objective of the process is to produce ATP, which is the energy currency of the cell. That's why in our board game, the main objective or the way to win the game is to collect ATP. Our developed board game was greatly influenced by the famous commercial game Monopoly. And moreover, the mechanics of our developed board game was designed after the game Monopoly. But given new twist, thus no intellectual property was infringed. Now we will show you how to play the board game. Let's go!
Good day everyone. Today the researchers will now play the board game. Hi, I'm Nata. Hi, This game will need 3 to 5 players. This game can also be played by 3 to 5 pairs of players. First, each player will select a token of his or her choice. All the players will place their tokens on the corner marked Go. Next, each player will take turns in throwing the dice. The player with the highest total starts the play. The next highest will be the second, and so on. To start the game, player 1 will roll the dice and move his or her token to the corresponding box. Player 1 will follow the instructions written on the box. When a player lands in a question box, he or she will have to pick one question under the category indicated in the box and read the question and his or her answer out loud. If the player answered the question correctly, then he or she will get the corresponding ATP, NADH, FADH2, and or letters indicated in the question card. Otherwise, the player will not get any of the said rewards. In answering the questions, the players will be given a maximum time of 5 seconds for little brain exercise question box, 15 seconds for vigorous brain exercise question box, 20 seconds for extreme brain exercise question box, and for question chance card as well.
Which of the processes of cellular respiration does not require oxygen to function? Glycolysis. Correct.
The corresponding points that the player can get in the form of ATP for each of the question card boxes are the following. For little brain exercise cards, the player will be given 2 ATP. For vigorous brain exercise cards, the player will be given 3 ATP and 1 NADH. For extreme brain exercise cards, the player will receive 5 ATP, 1 NADH, and 1 FADH. After player 1's turn, player 2's turn will come next, and so on. When a player lands in Test Your Luck, will Pick one test your luck card and follow the instruction written in the card.
Draw another test your luck card. Another. Question card.
If the player was able to pick test your luck question card, he or she will have the chance to receive rewards by answering the question correctly.
True or false? All life needs energy. True. Correct. True.
The questions will vary in terms of difficulty. If the player answers it correctly, he or she will receive the corresponding rewards written on the card.
So 2 ATP, 1 NADH, and 2 FADH.
As a player lands in the drop-by in the park and in the just visiting as well, he or she will do nothing. The players will continue to roll the dice and follow the instructions in the corresponding box.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give up 1 ATP.
NADH and FADH2 can be exchanged for ATP when he or she lands on a landmark.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Welcome to the Cycle Plaza. Exchange.
When a player lands in a landmark, which can be the mitochondrion or cytoplasm, he or she can trade or exchange his or her NADH and or FADH2 in the said landmark with the corresponding amount of ATP that they can be exchanged with.
So I have 1 NADH and 2 FADH2.
When a player lands in the cytoplasm, only the NADH can be exchanged and its corresponding ATP is 2. When a player lands in the mitochondrion, both the NADH and FADH2 can be exchanged. NADH can be exchanged for 3 ATP and FADH2 can be exchanged for 2 ATP.
So I landed at Welcome to the Cycle Plaza. So NADH is equal to 2 ATP.
Player lands in the take a nap area, he or she will lose a turn and will have to give up 1 ATP. The player passes by go, he or she will collect 2 free ATP. And if one player has collected 36 ATP,